Hey guys, it's Randy here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to take a look at the Malone Dual Hitch. Now this is designed to fit into a standard 2" by 2" receiver tube opening. It then comes back from there and is going to give us a dual receiver tube opening. The lower run is rated for accessories and towing. The upper one's going to be rated just for accessories. As you can see, we've got our Malone Micro Sport there on the bottom. We're also able to take our bike rack right along with us. We don't have to decide one or the other. Now, also as kind of a side effect of getting the dual receiver tube, we also get a hitch extender here. This is going to be 12 3/8 of an inch from our original pinhole to our new pinhole location. That helps with clearing items like this, like the spare tire on the back of our Jeep, or maybe an overhanging bumper. Now it offers really nice solid construction, which we'll show you a little bit more later, but the weight ratings are important to take into effect. The tongue weight rating on the dual receiver is going to be 400 pounds. That's the downward force we can put on it. And it gives us a 4,000 pound gross trailer weight rating. But it's important to note that it also reduces your hitch capacity by 50%. So you want to use whatever sets of numbers are lower. Now overall, this dual receiver is really well constructed. Just looking at all the welds that they have here, they're really nicely done. And of course, all that's going to be wrapped up with that heavy-duty black powder coat finish. So it should really look good for a very long time. Now, a couple measurements that are going to be helpful in ensuring this is going to work for your application. We're going to start with the pinholes. From the center of our original pinhole to the center of the pinhole on the lower receiver, it's 12 3/8 of an inch. Now that matches with the rearward hole on the top receiver. And then this hole is going to be 2 inches back from that. So this is at 10 3/8. Now another measurement I think is going to be key is the distance from the pinhole to the back of our upper receiver here. You can see with this spare tire, if this were larger, we might run into interference. So just ensure that you've got 9 inches from the center of your pinhole to the outer edge of anything that might interfere. And then this will work in there for you. It's going to be a 9" total from that pinhole to the back here. And then this offers a rise from the center of our lower pinhole, which should match that of your hitch. It's going to be 7.5 inches to the upper pinholes. Now all of our pinholes are going to be 5/8 of an inch in diameter, so you want to choose a pin and clip that's going to work with that. It's generally a class 3, and each of the receiver tubes are going to be 2 inches by 2 inches. That's going to work with many of the class 3 accessories out there for the upper and class 3 ball mounts for the lower. In each of the receiver tubes, we're going to have the set screw we can tighten down, and it really helps to eliminate the need for anti-rattle devices. Now when we install the dual receiver, we want to ensure that the extra receiver is upward. The lower receiver is rated for towing, the upper is just rated for accessories, so keep that in mind. We're going to slide it in like any class 3 accessory. We can take the provided pin. I'm going to get that to slide through, and then we'll use the provided clip to secure that. Once we have that pinned in place, we'll get our anti-rattle device ready to go here. We'll first take our U-bolt. That's going to slide up and around the shank of our dual receiver. And we're going to bring our plate down. Now we're going to add a flat washer, lock washer, and a nut to each side of the U-bolt. These are all provided. Now we want that U-bolt to be sitting about 1/2 an inch behind the end of our receiver tube. So we'll bring that up just a little bit. Right about there. It looks to be about 1/2 an inch in this gap right here. Get those snug down. And we're going to use a 3/4 inch wrench or socket. We want to get those tightened down. Now you can see once we have that installed, any of that movement or play is going to be eliminated. This can be installed either direction, so we can either have it with our U-bolt legs facing up or down. We just have to move the plate to the bottom side if we rotate it the other way. And to ensure it's generating the proper pressure, you can see the flat portion here is going to be towards our factory hitch, and the part with the angle is going to be towards our dual receiver. Now at this point, we'll just place our ball mount in. This is going to install just like any other ball mount we're used to. Line up the pinholes, secure it with a pin and clip. Now the pin and clip to hold the dual receiver to the hitch is included, but for your ball mount or accessory you'll have to provide your own. Once we've got our pin in there, we need to tighten down our screw right here, our bolt. Need a 12mm socket. This is going to act as an anti-rattle device. See, once we have that tightened down, really no movement or play to speak of whatsoever. Now at this point we're ready to connect our trailer to our ball mount. Latch, and of course we'll want to pin it closed. Now one thing to keep in mind, we do have an extension that's just kind of a side effect of using our dual receiver. So in most situations your safety chains aren't going to connect, and your wiring is probably going to be a little bit short to make your connection once this is in place. So keep in mind, extending these to make sure they connect is very important safety-wise. Now at this point our bike rack will go into place, cargo carrier, whatever you might be using it for. And we're going to install this per the rack's instructions. If you're using a cargo carrier, throw a pin and clip in there of course. And we also recommend tightening down the screw that we have on top there, the bolt that we have on top there. Even though this does have an anti-rattle device included, tightening that down is just going to give it that extra little bit of security there. And that's going to complete our look at the Malone Dual Receiver.